Yo, what is up, everybody? It's Riley's Redzone, and today I'm going to be giving my Week 10 NFL picks. So, I've been picking them every week. Last week I went 8-6, so okay, not great. Hopefully this week I can improve, and let's get right into it. So first of all, if you do follow my Twitter, you would know that I picked the Titans over the Colts. I was wrong about that. Seems I'm having very bad luck in the Thursday night matchup. So I've only gotten, I believe, the first Chiefs-Texans game, and then the, I think it was the Eagles over the Giants, and the Packers over the Niners have been the only two. Otherwise, I haven't gotten a Thursday night right, so that's where I either, start 1-0 or start 0-1, which can be a big start to the week. But looking at the games today, it's a very even slate. Normally, recently, we've seen a majority of them are at noon, and then very little of them are at 3:25-ish, but today it's pretty even. There's about 5 and 6 in each. So, looking at first the Washington football team versus the Detroit Lions, from what I see here, the Lions are favored by 3. That seems about accurate. They're both not really good teams. I'm going to take the Lions. I don't like their offense without Kenny Golladay. He is out again, but I think the football team's just still struggling too much to make a move here. They haven't beaten the Giants. They've played some pretty easy teams and haven't won. So I'm taking the Lions, even though don't love either of those teams. Then we have the Jaguars and Packers. Give me Packers all day. They're favored by 14, which is a lot. So I'll take the Packers in that matchup. I think they dominate today, and they're at home as well. Then we have the Eagles and the Giants. The Eagles won the first time. I say they win again. Giants, Daniel Jones has just not been amazing, and then they're without some of their top running backs, so I'm going to go with the Eagles in this matchup. Bucks and Panthers. This one should actually be a pretty good game, but I am going to take the Bucks in this one. Teddy B's looking pretty good for the Panthers, but I think the Bucks kind of get a bounce back win after, they struggled against the Saints, so I think they get a bounce back win here. And then we have Texans-Browns. Texans are becoming a good team. This could be an upset alert. I am going to take the Browns because they are at home. They're favored by 4. But to be honest, this could be an upset. So this could be the upset of the week, But I got to take the Browns here, I think, because they're at home. Nick Chubb's back, and that's a great matchup for those running backs. So I'm picking the Browns, even though you could see an upset there. Raiders, Broncos. I'm not a huge fan of the Raiders this season. I think they're still a little overrated, but I think they get a win today. Broncos, they got killed last week in Atlanta, and I was very shocked by that. I took them, and they didn't perform well. This is another upset chance here. I'll say this one could be an upset, but I am going to take the Raiders this week, but it could be an upset, definitely. Then we have the Chargers and the Dolphins. This should be an awesome game to watch. Justin Herbert, Tua Tagovailoa. That should be awesome to see the two rookie quarterbacks clash. This might be the game of the week, but I'm going to take the Dolphins, even though that, I think if Herbert plays good, it's going to be very close, but we've seen Herbert's played spectacular in all these games, and they still managed to lose, like last week against the Raiders, so I'm taking the Dolphins, even though this one should be a very close game. Then we have the Cardinals and Bills, and I'm honestly shocked at the spread. This one might be the game of the year so far as well, but I'm actually taking the underdog, even though it's by 2.5 points. I'm taking the Bills over the Cardinals. From what I see here, the Cardinals are actually favored by 2.5, and I am predicting that the Bills actually pull out the win against Kyler Murray. I think that Diggs has a good day with Josh Allen, so I think they pull off the upset there. Then we've got Bengals, Steelers. I'm taking Steelers all day. Bengals are looking, Burrow's fine, but I think the Steelers' defense is too good right now, so I think the Steelers win that one. Then we have Seahawks-Rams. I'm actually also taking an upset here. Once again, 2.5 favored is the Rams, which is shocking, honestly. I know the Seahawks defense is terrible. I mean, maybe the worst in the league. But I think that Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf are enough to get them the win. So I think they actually pull off the upset there. Rams could have a good offensive game, but I overall think that Russell will be able to carry this team again. And then we have the Niners and the Saints. I'm going to take the Saints. Without Garoppolo, honestly, I mean, we've been saying this for a while. Garoppolo isn't like a top 10 quarterback, but they're really struggling without him. The Saints, I still think, are a little overrated, but I will tell you, if they get Michael Thomas going like he was last year, they're going to be set to go at receiver, and I think they're going to continue to be really good. Last 2 games, we have the Ravens and the Patriots. In a primetime matchup, I'm going to take the Ravens. This should be an interesting one. Probably one of my worst takes was I really thought the Patriots were going to be good again this season, with Cam Newton, and they really have not. They barely beat the Jets last week. So even though the Ravens have underperformed, I think that overall they still can beat the Patriots. And then finally, we have the Vikings and the Bears, and I'm going with the spread on this one. I'm taking the Vikings. So, the Bears have a very good record, but honestly, I think are, not performing up to that standard recently. Honestly, I think they should go back to Trubisky, and this is where it gets controversial here. I honestly am looking back. Yes, putting in Foles in the Falcons game got you the win. I talk about the off-the-bench factor all the time on this channel. So that helped you to get the win there. But after that, Trubisky technically had him undefeated at the time, when he started. And Foles has just been okay. And we knew they had a tough schedule. Once Foles took it, he had a tougher stretch of teams. But I still think you look at the overall yards in this offense, the running game element that Trubisky brings to the offense, I think they should go. Now, this were also going there and then back again in one season is not necessarily good. Normally you only flip once, but in my opinion that might be the spark the Bears need if they lose to a not below 500 Vikings team this week. So I think that's what they should look into if that happens. But that is it for my game picks. Hopefully I do well this week. Comment down below which ones you agree with, if there's any upsets you disagree with that I took, and I will see you guys in the next video.